Okay, excited as I am. Stay tuned. Don't turn the dial. It's going to be an interesting 30 minutes this afternoon. You are connected to Lee City FM 89.1. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're excited to have you here.
Good afternoon.
So the day is finally here.
All right, good to be here.
Yeah, so listeners at home are ready to hear the gist, the behind the scenes and everything. So we'll just flow, and then I'm sure people will learn one or two things. They will pick one or two things.
Yes.
So introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Adejoke Oyekan. I am an author and creative director at Purple Bloom Publishers.
Wow, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
So tell me, when did you start authoring and what inspired authoring?
All right, now authoring and writing. I started writing. Let me start from writing.
Oh yeah, okay.
I started writing from the age of 7. My dad groomed me, and I submitted my manuscript then to his where he was working. He was working at Macmillan Publishers.
Okay.
I submitted the short story. It was just short stories of what is happening around the community and so on. I love reading, and unfortunately it didn't go out. It was just on their desk. But growing up, I love reading, I love writing, and I have journals like that.
Wow.
So 2022, yes, 2022, I wrote another one. I submitted to another publishing house, but it actually didn't go far. So I said, okay, maybe I'll be the one to publish my book myself then.
Wow.
So 2022, I started writing the book again, another one for children. The ones I was writing before was for young adults.
Okay.
Children's stories, but young adults, like teenagers.
Secondary school.
Yes, secondary school. Then I was writing novels for adults.
Oh my god.
Yes, but because I love reading novels, I love reading suspense and so on and so on. But this time, I was just on my desk where I was working. I had kids then. I already had my firstborn, and the story just started making sense in my head. I said, let me put it down, and I started putting it down while I was pregnant with my second born, and I had to put it down. I was romancing it like 2020. Then 2022, I published it, and that is
we can say from the time you wrote your first book and the time you published your first book, like how many?
Okay.
When you were saying your story in my mind, I was like, almost everybody, more than 50% of people I meet and they get on the show with like 10, 20, 30 years.
Yes, this
So
is
you
more
can be a
than 10.
writer for a long time coming, and it's until you take that step. I mean, when you are super intentional, like the violent thing before you now finally publish, like you have a book published to your name.
Yeah.
So if you're a writer or intending author, you are still that intending author. You are not yet an author until you publish either as a book or as paperback. So dear listeners, if you are hearing, no matter how long you've conceived the idea, receive the grace to publish your book.
And be patient.
Yeah. So will you say your foundation in the publishing world, like you add, maybe let me use mentor, backups and that, will you say it's influenced the time you finally published? Will you say it would have been delayed, or maybe you would have not published finally, if not that you had maybe backups or foundation or something? Will you say it has any role?
Yes, my foundation.
Because I have people who are still have manuscript lying fallible, but yet they've not.
Yes.
You understand my point?
Yes, and my foundation actually, yes, it's actually added to it.
Because when you said your dad gave a publishing, I was expecting that they publish as part.
Yes, now me too. I was expecting now, like let this book out now. Let the school start buying now.
You know that kind of connection. Yes, they will pick mine, encourage me now.
And it was just like all these things, they go to school, church. That was what I was that was what I was reading. But I know what I knew was maybe it just ended on somebody's table, maybe one director's table, and say I would do it, and it did. But then I think that is God doesn't want it to come out then. Maybe I was thinking maybe it's now in 2022 when it eventually came out, and those ones were not even the one that came out.
Yes, I can deduce
one.
that you've not even published those ones. So when should we expect them?
Those ones, just leave them there.
It's a new season, fresh.
But the other one that is art. I'm writing down. Yes,
yeah.
I'm writing down.
It's amazing that we never can tell what the future holds. Like a little child might be writing stories just like that, or gathering children together. Oh yeah, let me share stories.
Yeah.
And then in the far future or near future, they become authors. They become children's authors.
Encourage our children to keep writing.
Yes. And along the way, it's good to always have people that recognize and appreciate, and also will give you headlights. Okay, this is how to groom your skills. Do it this way. Take your book to this publisher.
Yes,
take your book
I
to
think
this,
they were grooming me then. They were grooming me then.
Yeah.
Even when I finally wrote my book, I had to show like 3 or 4 editors. I didn't want to say because I'm now experienced in publishing. No, they had to groom me. This is how you write children's books. This is how you write other genres. So grooming is very important.
Yes. There's a place of expertise. Like you don't just say, okay, because I have the skill, because I'm talented in writing, still have to churn out great books like without errors and all that. Okay, thanks for sharing your story with us. I'm sure that brought some beautiful memories. So what will you say about self-publishing and publishing? Because now you're a publisher, and looking back, or from with the few years that you published for authors, what will you say about self-publishing and traditional publishing? Like some people, they say, oh, we can do it ourselves, we'll get our editors ourselves, we'll get cover design. So is there a way, do you want to compare, or you feel every malam so you don't get to
No. Okay. It's actually 2 types of publishing. There are actually 3 types of publishing. Definitely. We have traditional publishing, we have hybrid publishing, we have self-publishing.
Okay, mine is independent.
Yes. Independence is still hybrid.
Yes,
so if you're publishing traditionally, that means the publisher is spending his or her money on your book or your manuscript. That is traditional. So self-publishing, you want to publish yourself. This is my book, I want to do it myself. That's self-publishing. Okay. But the hybrid or independence, as you call it, it can also be called self-publishing, where you hire a publisher to self-publish for you. So you need a professional. You are a self-publisher, but you still need a professional. You have your money. Not all publishing houses will accept traditional publishing sometimes because of what is going on, maybe funds and so on. So if you can leave, maybe they can do it 50-50 or you self-publish, you pay it and pay for their services. So that the professional, you should not overlook, like you said, the professional aspect of it, of publishing. So while you are self-publishing, which is good, but you can also consult publishers that are self-publishing publishers. We call them hybrid publishers, so that they can look at it, recommend good editors for you, recommend good reviewers, recommend good assessors that will assess your manuscripts. Can it go? Check the grammar, check everything, then check if the genre is right, then the audience. So I will say both is actually good. You can support, and if you have the power to, if you know people, you have editors, you can do it yourself also. But if you don't have, if you need that professional touch, you can go. And another why we usually encourage authors to go and get self-publishing publishers, hybrid publishers, is because of publicity. Sometimes if you're a young author, like budding upcoming author, your first book, you are doing the promotion, doing everything on your own, it can be tiring. But if you submitted it to a publishing house, even though it's self-publishing, and you have an agreement with them, of course, it's their role to showcase you and give you visibility wherever you are. So sometimes it pays, but sometimes because of money of funds, people will say, I want to sell, but eventually they will still consult the publisher and say, please, what can you do for me? So both are actually good, depending on your purse.
In this part of the world, Nigeria specifically, people want to like jump, they want to take shortcuts or jump protocols. So they feel, okay, let me self-publish myself. But for the traditional publishing, those I've met it, the reason they give me is that, okay, traditional publishers are like overbooked and they cannot wait, or maybe they are very pricey, they cannot wait. So it's not all traditional publishers that pay.
Because let me give an example. A book came in, and within 3 weeks, the person said 3 weeks, wanted few copies, and I said, okay, copies is not a problem with the timeline, but editing is a problem. I can't. Editor will take time, and it was like, I've done it, and so I looked at it, and the person was on my neck. All my editors were all busy. They didn't even want. If you are bringing projects per month, we have projects on board. So if you are bringing project 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no, that is emergency project. So we have project, and I told the person I can't. I'm so sorry, but she was just, I want purple blooming prints. I want this. I had to do it myself. And I had sleepless nights. When I was delivering, I was even at the press.
How many pages?
It was like 200 plus pages.
Okay,
I was at the press.
Something that if it's less than 100 pages, you can still do it like 2 days, 3 days. But 200, like a week stretch, you have to read it over and over
While
again.
you're reading, while you're sending to press, your eyes might even see, it's supposed to be broadcasting. Oh, it's missing. Oh my God. That can give you a rush.
Then there's another proofreading after typesetting. Some words will chop off, some comma
That's why it's very good to proofread. Even the day you're sending to press, importance of proofreading, because you check your in-out style, you check the running edge, you check the numbers, you check the grammars, yes, you check everything. So I will actually plead with authors that are listening, and upcoming authors, give the publishers time. That's why traditional publishers will always tell you that, please, we have something, you can wait till 6 months or 1 year, even 3 years. But if you're coming to independent publishers, hybrid publishers, if you are planning your birthday, let's say in June.
Some will even say book house opening.
Yes, in June, please. The window time is from January. It's 6 months, so that sometimes while you've submitted and the book is out, you might I should have added this.
Exactly. Yeah, there is a place for, let me call it growth. Is it growth? Is growth the right word? Like you might have finished a book or January. When you read through that book in March, you realize that, oh, why did so if you rush your book, that's why at the end of the day, if you rush your book, you just realize they are going for second edition, third edition, because I still want I want chapter.
So that's why we usually advise 6 month timeline. Yes. Yeah. So if you are planning for your birthday, start planning from January that you send this.
Because there will be a lot of back and forth.
And you know why some people usually rush it during it's that moment they are planning for the birthday.
Yeah, they say, I can launch my book. Let me tell you, there's not one person. I have like 2-3 people that want to they want to publish biography. One is biography, one autobiography for their parents, and we had like 1 year. We had enough time, but because people like that rush, whatever, they were like snail dragging. So I'll be like, oh, we still have time. In my mind, I said, okay, we there here. At the end of the day, they will not meet up.
You know, sometimes we want to help them, not that we don't want to. They understand.
I can foresee that. Anyway, that one is understandable, because children will have to agree, disagree. No, yes. No. But we say, I want to carry Baba for photo shoots, but. I'll be like, oh, anyway, but please, you people should, we still have time now, doc. It's still, in my mind, I said, the time is not there, or the time will just fly. I understood this thing perfectly when one of my clients in 2020 or 2021 in USA booked for a book project a year before. Is it a year? Like 9 months before, like
that's very fine.
In my mind, I was like, did I read it right? She said, please book us for so. How much you like? I'm like, for real? So once after she had already booked, I said, thank God. In Nigeria, 2 weeks, 1 month. It's so interesting. So dear listeners, dear author, upcoming author, we are discussing this behind the scenes so that you know that a lot goes into publishing, and it's not just, like I said, that you can just just grab any publisher and say, oh yeah, I'm ready. Sometimes I'll tell my client, I'll be like, are you aware you're not the only one? We are handling at the moment, because I don't understand all this rush that hope you know you're not the only one. Like, I just have to tell them that so that they would They will calm down that, oh please, ma, please, I just want, are you aware that you are not the only one? So know that for publishers, they are going through your book, they are trying to dot all the I, they are trying to put everything in order, they are trying to give you a very, very good, I mean a premium job. So understand and trust the process. We've said it and I like it again, give your book time. With the publishers, there are a lot of back and forth. Like for us, we used to call it draft 1, draft 2, draft 3, draft 4, draft 5. We are like, yes,
updated.
If you see
final 1, final 2.
thank you. You see final 1, 2, final 2, final, and you know that your laptop is documenting. It's so beautiful to share this behind the scene with a co-publisher. Thanks for that. So, fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction.
Why? As a reader or as an author or as a publisher, which one? Let us know.
As a publisher, I prefer anyone. But as for me, non-fiction. I love reading people's stories.
Oh wow! But when is people's stories already like fiction?
No, your story like, cannot be my story. So okay, written like fiction. No, there are some
like memoir, like
memoir, biographies, autobiographies, self-help books.
But in short, you connect more because you are learning from others. Okay, so next, ebook or paperback?
Paperback. Oh,
I
love the feel of the
and the
book.
smell.
Oh my god!
I love to underline in my books. I love to carry books. I beg, even if we will not read it in a day, let's just hold that book as far. Then okay, audio book or the real book?
In this dispensation, audio book, real book for real me. Book, okay. But audio book not bad. You can listen to book in
I'm
the
just
car.
learning. Yes, I am cooking, doing money runs. I can listen. And last year we published audio book for one of our clients. It's beautiful. So inspiration. Do you write with song, I mean background music, or without, or anything goes?
If I'm writing, I love background music. I love music a lot. I love music, so I prefer background music.
All right, that's the end of this and that segment. For the next segment is let's learn a new word. And on this segment, I always say a new word to you might not be a new word to me. A new word to me might not be a new word. So regardless, let's just add to our knowledge bank. The word we'll be considering this afternoon is shuttle. Shuttle is like an addition of two words, chuckle and snort. Is an expression of laughter or sighing. So in your fiction or non-fiction writing, you can always use the word for an expressive and exuberant form of laughter. So have you heard it before? Will you be using it anytime soon? You've been connected to the Authors Confab show, Lead City FM 89.1, where we always bring on guests. We talk about authoring, about books, about publishing. Our guest today, Mrs. Oyekan, author of Yes I Can, has been with us on the show, and she shared with us beautiful stories behind the scenes of authoring and publishing. As I always say, do not publish gibberish. Meet us again next Wednesday by 2 p.m. Lee City FM 89.1. Bye bye.